Welcome everybody to break 14805. This is our 2023 Topps Chrome Formula 1 single box combo team random. Alright, we have 10 participants in this break. We have Mark, Simon, Steel City, Valois in there twice. Daniel, Frank, Jen, Mark, Steel City, and Steel City. Alright, let's cover those across the randomizer. We have Mark at the top, Steel City at the bottom. All right, Mark at the top, Steel City at the bottom. Here we go 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have Daniel at the top, Frank, Jen at the bottom. Daniel at the top, Frank, Jen at the bottom. We have our teams in here, AlphaTauri down to Mercedes. Here we go 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ferrari at the top, down to Aston Martin at the bottom. Ferrari at the top, Aston Martin at the bottom. Here we go with your teams. Daniel with Ferrari and High Tech. Steel City, Williams, and Carlin. Mark with Red Bull and PHM. Simon with Mercedes and Trident. Steel City with Alpine and Art Grand Prix. Mark with McLaren and Campos. Valois with AlphaTauri and Invicta Virtuosi. Steel City with Haas, Prima, and Van Amersfoort. Valois with Alfa Romeo and MP Motorsport. Frank Jen with Aston Martin and Doms. A couple minutes for trades. Another minute or so for any trades. All right, last call for trades. Here we go. Good luck, everyone. All right, we start with Max Verstappen for a Red Bull. Another Max Verstappen for Red Bull. We have a purple of Yuki Tsunoda out of $3.99. Purple parallel for AlphaTauri. And Daniel Ricciardo for McLaren. Enzo Fittipaldi, F2 Future Stars for Carlin. Sergio Perez, Red Bull. Nico Hulkenberg for Haas. And Alan Prost, Speed Demons. Ralph Boschung, F2 Future Stars for Campos Racing. Sebastian Vettel for Aston Martin. Charles Leclerc for Ferrari. And George Russell, Refractor for Mercedes. Ralph Bosching, Campos Racing, F2. Alexander Albon for Williams. Dennis Hogger, MP Motorsport, F2 Future Stars. And Max Verstappen for Red Bull. Max Verstappen for Red Bull. Zane Maloney from Carlin, Future Stars F2. Max Verstappen, Red Bull. And Arthur Leclerc, Dom's Future Stars. Lewis Hamilton for Mercedes. Richard Verschoor for Von Amersfoort Racing, F2. We have a Futuro F2. Futuro F2. Frederick Vesti for Prima Racing. Those aren't very common. This is a nice hit for Prima. Frederick Vesti. And Charles Leclerc for Ferrari. Sergio Perez for Red Bull. Carlos Sainz, Ferrari. Yuki Tsunoda for AlphaTauri. And Charles Leclerc for Ferrari. Frederick Vesti for Prima, F2. George Russell, Mercedes. Zhou Guanyu, Alfa Romeo. And Sergio Perez, Speed Demons for Red Bull. Charles Leclerc, Ferrari. Arthur Leclerc, Future Stars F2 for Doms. Richard Verschoor, Van Amersfoort Racing F2 Future Stars. And Nico Hulkenberg for Haas. Logan Sargent, Williams. Charles Leclerc, Ferrari. Max Verstappen for Red Bull. And Sergio Perez for Red Bull. Fernando Alonso for Aston Martin. Daniel Ricciardo for AlphaTauri. Pierre Gasly, checkered flag for Alpine. And Lance Stroll, Aston Martin. Fernando Alonso for Aston Martin. Max Verstappen, Red Bull. Oscar Piastri out of 99. Green rookie for McLaren. Green out of 99. 47 out of 99 for McLaren. And Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton. Daniel Ricciardo for McLaren. Max Verstappen, award winners, Red Bull. Nice hit for Mercedes. We have Lewis Hamilton, pink parallel 229 out of 250 for Mercedes. That's a pink wave, or yeah. And George Russell, Mercedes. George Russell for Mercedes. Daniel Ricciardo for AlphaTauri. Sergio Perez, Red Bull. And George Russell, Mercedes. Carlos Sainz for Ferrari. Max Verstappen, Red Bull. And we have Bruno Famin for Alpine Auto. Bruno Famin, I think he's the new boss. And Mercedes, George Russell. We have Alexander Albon for Williams. Alexander Albon for Williams. Kevin Magnussen for Haas. Hey Taser, how are you? And Charles Leclerc for Ferrari. Theo Pourchaire, Future Stars F2 Art Grand Prix. Valtteri Bottas for Alfa Romeo. We have a gold purple of George Russell for Mercedes. And Yuki Tsunoda, refractor for AlphaTauri. Max Verstappen Red Bull. F2 Arthur Leclerc for Doms. We have a gold checkered flag numbered out of 50. Nico Hulkenberg for Haas. Out of 50, 23 out of 50. And Williams Racing, Alexander Albon. Kevin Magnussen for Haas. Sergio Perez for Red Bull. Lewis Hamilton for Mercedes. And Lewis Hamilton for Mercedes. A pack of Logan Sargent, Williams. George Russell, Mercedes. Oliver Bearman, Prima Racing F2. Nice hit for Prima. Oliver Bearman. And Sergio Perez for Red Bull. All right, that does it for break number 14805, our F1 break. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.